Oh, well, it's Friday afternoon. It's still light. Still light because I bunked off work early. I bunked off work early because, frankly, I've had enough today. But also, I was working all last weekend. It's been a pretty busy old time. So I thought, I'm going to get home while it's still light. And I bought the blade out for a spin today into central London. Weather's been cold but sunny and dry. While I was coming in this morning into London, kind of made me think about the question that I know a lot of people often think about: can you commute on a superbike? Well, the obvious answer is yes, of course you can commute on a superbike. You can commute on any bloody bike. The thing is, should you? Right, for those of you who have seen some of my other videos will know that I was going to say I regularly, and that's probably not true. I do often commute from home, kind of Hampshire, Berkshire area, into central London. And you'll know that normally the bike I'm riding on that is my Honda CBR 650, which, you know, I think you might describe as a soft sports bike. Certainly I find it very comfortable. Can easily ride it in and out of town, no problems whatsoever. But the blade is a very different kettle of fish. It's very uncomfortable in comparison. And I said when I test rode the SP version that for a superbike it was remarkably comfortable, and it is. And I've done a whole day riding on it, and okay, yeah, felt a bit sore after it, but not as bad as I could have done. But having said that, I love commuting on this. I love riding it into London. And no, I'm not a masochist, but there's some reasons why, and I'll talk about them. First reason I like it is because of these mirrors that you just fold in like this, and it allows you to slip through the tightest of gaps. Yeah, gaps I just wouldn't be able to get through on the 650 unless I folded those mirrors. And then the beauty about these things though is they're spring loaded, so I just pop them back like so, and they're back in their original position. The 650, you have to move them all back and readjust them. The other thing I love about this bike, and why it's great for commuting, is its balance and how easy it is to control slow riding. I'll take it really down here, slow riding, and you can you can thread it through the eye of a needle. It is so easy to just drag the rear brake and slow ride this in traffic and around town. The centre of gravity is much lower than my other bike. You know, you're hunched over more. It's just a lot easier. One downside of this bike though, in comparison with another one, is the lock. What's that idiot doing? Might broken down, I suppose. You know, there's not as much lock on this as the 650. That can make you have to plan a little bit more because you can't take as tighter turns through gaps as you otherwise do. Another really good example of just how easy this is to ride slowly and manoeuvre. Nice lorry driver. That's the other thing I love this bike is its handling. You can just flick it and slalom left to right so easily. Another thing that makes this a fantastic commuting bike. So yeah, the handling, just being able to slalom in and out is fantastic. As is my next thing that I really like, and that's the torque and punch of the engine. Because in any gear, I mean, I'm in second to be a bit more relaxed, but often I'm in first. But you've got that instant go and punch to just get yourself into a gap. Gap opens itself up, bang, in you go. I don't know whether it's this is just in my mind, but also this bike, the Fireblade, seems to just have so much more presence on the road than the 650. People tend to spot it, notice it earlier, more easily. But as I said, that could just be that just could be in my mind. Well, I do know that just this stretch of road and down out through the middle here, that it feels so much easier and more comfortable on the blade than on the 650. I don't feel like I'm rubbing wing mirrors on this. He's purposely pulling out. So, using a superbike to commute, the good points: mirrors fold in, allows you to get through the most impossible of gaps. Centre of gravity and balance, handling of the bike is just great. You just a little shimmy of your hips to in and out, slalom in and out of traffic. Also, that balance is great because it the slow ride, you can get this thing down to less than a walking pace so easily. It's got lovely poise and balance. The engine, it's torquey pretty much in any gear. You can just twist and go and nip into those gaps. The downsides, it's a bit uncomfortable in comparison. It's not uncomfortable for a superbike, as I said, but it's a bit uncomfortable to commute on every day. The other downsides, it's a 1 litre bike. It gets warm. Now on a day like today, that's not as bad, but in the summer, trust me, my God, you roast on here. But there is one other big plus that I haven't spoken about of commuting on a superbike. And that's once you got through all the traffic, you get onto unrestricted national speed, you can just do this. And I don't care what day you've had, it just feels superb. That is the best thing about commuting on a superbike. So what's the final verdict? Well, yes, you can do it, as I've already said. Would you want to do it? That depends, and it depends how often you do it. I said on average, there's a few times a month that I'm commuting into central London. Sometimes it's more than that, sometimes it's less than that. If I was doing it every day, God no, I wouldn't want to ride this every day and commute on it. It'd just be too much for me. Well, that's, if I was still 20, maybe I would. But doing it one day a week, oh, without a shadow of a doubt. I'm very fortunate that I've got this, and I've also got the 650, and I've got the choice. If I could only have one bike, I think it'd have to be this. It'd be a bit of a compromise. If I was having to commute into central London every day, as much as I love this bike and it puts such a grin on my face, I'd have to take the 650. So there you go. Make of that what you will. Hope you've enjoyed. Speak to you soon.